Hawke's Bay's Newstalk ZB. We're live at the West Shore Beach Inn this morning looking at coaches in different sports throughout Hawke's Bay. Cricket was first. We now move to Dowhnhill Mountain Biking, and Linda Smith is with me. Good morning, Linda.
Good morning, Ross.
It's great mountain biking in Hawke's Bay, isn't it? You're doing something right.
It's fantastic. We have a fantastic park here, the Eastdale Mountain Bike Park.
Yes.
And it's a really tough park to ride in, so we bring out some really good riders, and then when we go somewhere else it seems a lot easier. It's great for us.
Yeah, it is indeed. On the men's side, you've got Brooke McDonald, who is riding overseas in Europe, and he's one of the best this country's probably ever produced.
Previous world champion in his age group.
Yes.
He's amazing.
And Ari Barrett, I noticed the other day, did you tell me that in the 16A group that he's injured?
He's out injured at the moment, yeah.
And a young lady that you've had a lot to do with, Madeline Taylor, who's going so fast.
She is awesome. She's a fantastic rider. She's just young. She's won the Oceania title last year in the Open Woman, rather than just her age group, and she won the national title as well last year. So and she's been to the world.
What age is she?
She's in the under 19. The recent race we just ran in Hawke's Bay a couple of weeks ago, she even beat the elite woman.
That is just...
So that's how great she is.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, she's awesome.
When did you take over her coaching?
A couple of years ago. It's really funny. I was riding in the mountain bike park and met up with her parents, and we started talking about Madeline, and she'd had a bit of a back issue, and I said, well, maybe I could do some work with her, and it's just grown from there. Yeah. And
was the back issue, did that just come from riding incorrectly or incorrect warm-ups?
Injury, because she's a great skier as well. She's won a national title skiing as well, so she's a really talented athlete. So we did a bit of work with that, built up her core, because I'm her strength conditioning coach, and she had some major injuries last year, had a huge crash, did a lot of internal injuries. It's a really dangerous sport, but it's a fantastic sport. So, she gets back on that bike. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of guts, and a lot of good mental attitude, which I kind of work with as well.
That's the competitive angle of mountain biking, and there are quite a lot of people who do it competitively. Yeah. But there's a recreation angle, isn't there?
Yeah, very much so.
So who's doing it? Who's doing mountain biking, both cross-country and downhill, recreationally?
Well, in the park, the mountain bike club, the East Hawke's Bay Mountain Bike Club, the biggest growing area is families.
Is it?
Yeah.
We're taking mum, dad, and the kids are all going.
The kids are going out on the weekends, going for rides, which is awesome because that's our young group that we're bringing up, and we're trying to build a developmental squad for cross country. So that's starting in the BMX area at the moment in Hawke's Bay, and we're building it up from there, which is great because we need, especially with mountain biking, because it's so expensive when you're starting to get into the top level. We need parent support. So it's an individual sport. So the parents play a great role in helping and supporting their kids into becoming elite athletes, really. So
what do mum and dad need to be doing with the young kids as far as conditioning, keeping their bodies right, keeping them injury-free? Finding a good coach if they think, well, they've got potential, getting them into a club, joining them up with, when we start the development club, putting them into those sort of things where they'll get good advice about nutrition, how to train, how to rest as well. Because kids, get really busy, they get lots of distractions to do other things. And I think a coach's job is to teach people how to train smart. Yeah, I suppose because the temptation would be just to get on your bike, go down the hill, get your bike to the top, then go down again. Don't worry about all the other stuff. Yeah,
weekend warriors. Because
are they weekend warriors? Excellent.
And a lot of people think downhill mountain biking is, you get a shuttle ride up to the top of the hill and you just ride down. It's a lot more than that. You need endurance because you're going to go lap after lap down the hill. You need strength and power because it's not a flat piece of road. It's very bumpy. There are jumps, and so you need to have the strength to do it.
And how do you learn how to tackle an individual downhill track? Is that just meant you just learn yourself? Or are there ways of actually tackling parts of it?
A lot of them just get in a group and they go ride a piece of track.
Yeah.
You know, it's trial and error. If you don't fall off, that was a good ride. They go down, you know, they'll watch other riders who are much more skilled than themselves, and they'll learn that way. I don't teach so much the skills. I'm more the mental and the strength conditioning side. Madeline was very talented before I met her when it come to the skills side. So I've just worked on the other sides, the mental attitude.
And what is the attitude for a young lady like Madeline to get to the top of her sport? Because the world's her oyster just at the moment, isn't it?
Totally. Yeah. She was so close to being a world champion last year. You know, she was out there to only win. And it was just the last jump where she fell, you know, and she said, well, if I'm not number one, then it doesn't matter. So, you know, that attitude.
Yes.
But you have to, as a coach, you have to hold her goals and her beliefs in herself, because often you self-doubt, you know, am I going to be good enough, and am I going to be fast enough? So you have to hold that for them and remind them all the time. And stay tough, it needs that attitude, which she's got. But to get to the top also, you need sponsors in the sport, because she has to go to Europe, she has to go to North America. So,
and there's a whole other side of it.
So there's a plug there, you know. We've got a top athlete, a world champion.
In the making.
In the making, So it's an opportunity. So
if you're a Hawke's Bay businessman.
Yeah, and she is a very marketable young woman. So, and the opportunity to sponsor a future world champion.
Linda, great to have you here.
Thanks very much.
Thanks for popping in.
Thank
you.
And
all the very best with Madeline.
Thanks. Bye.